Hello all, welcome back to Answer Writing Initiative at 9 p.m. I'm Guna Mathivanan from Office's IAS Academy. Friends, I'm coming up with an exclusive current affairs program targeting 2024 prelims as well as mains. I have given the information about the program. You can go through if you're interested and you can call to the number given here. Right. So coming to the question. Food security is a multi-dimensional concept that goes beyond mere availability of food. Discuss. Food security is a multi-dimensional concept. Again, a simple question on food security. If you have some idea about food security, you can easily manage this question. So it is a multi-dimensional concept. So explain what is food security and explain how it is multi-dimensional that goes beyond mere availability. Food security doesn't mean just availability of food grains, it is multi-dimensional concept. So what is food security? What are the multi-dimensions? And don't just stop there. The question is about discuss. Right? You also mention the government initiatives which are taken to ensure this food security. Right? Food security talks about multi-dimensional aspects, how the government initiative is addressing that multi-dimensional aspects, and give a brief conclusion. Okay, so what is food security? So food security refers to all-time availability of affordable and nutritious food grains. So food security doesn't mean availability of food grains. Everyone in the country is having rice to eat. That doesn't mean that the country is food secure. Food security also includes nutritional security. Food security not just talks about the availability, it is also talking about the affordability. It is also talking about the accessibility. It is also talking about all-time availability. So it is multidimensional. Just give an introduction about food security. Here we have given. So what is how UN has defined? You can mention that, or you can simply say define how I have said. It refers to all-time availability of affordable and nutritious food grains. Or see what UN has said. It has defined that when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life, that is called as food security. You can give this, or you can give the simple definition which I have mentioned. All-time availability of affordable and nutritious food grains. Simple. Then you go to the next part of the question, that is multi-dimensional concept. How food security is a multi-dimensional concept. You have to expand here. So availability of food, access to food, right? Utilization of food, and also the stability, that is consistently is available, right? So you are mentioning about physical presence, it involves distribution and storage. You are mentioning about access, that talks about the economic factors, that is price stability. The prices should be stable, affordable, right? Then utilization, the food, it relates to the nutritional value, that dimension, right? And stability refers to consistency, that all-time availability of affordable and nutritious food grains. That 4 dimensions, you are writing it here. Then you mention about the efforts taken by the government. So through National Food Security Act, NFSA, what it says, it aims to ensure rice, wheat, coarse grains at 3 rupees, 2 rupees, 1 rupee per kg for 66% of country's total population. So NFSA aims to ensure that economic access of this food grains, right? And schemes like ICDS midday meal scheme, this midday meal scheme, integrated child development scheme, all these schemes aims to provide nutritious supplements for children, that aims to ensure that nutritional security aspect. Price stabilization fund, the central government maintains this price stabilization fund. This fund is used to address the price volatility in the food items, food grains. In the market, there is a rise in price for wheat, rise in price for a particular commodity. If the price is so high, people cannot go and afford to purchase it. So at that situation, government will intervene. Government will directly procure the food grains from the farmers, right? and they will be selling it to consumers directly. Okay, so that is through price stabilization fund. Don't confuse this with the MSP. Minimum support price is a different concept which we will discuss later. Minimum support price covers government through minimum support price only purchases 23 food crops, right? MSP is for 23 items. MSP is for 23 items. Don't get confused. Apart from 23 items, when there is an increase in prices of certain commodities in the market, government will intervene. They will procure directly and they will sell it to consumers at a cheaper price. That is called as price stabilization fund. So this is another initiative. Food fortification. Food fortification. See, today the rice which we eat, the wheat which we eat, it undergoes several rounds of processing. So in several rounds of processing, the nutritious value of the food grains gets deleted, gets destroyed. So what we eat, that is not nutritionally dense. That is not nutritionally dense. So what we do externally, we add nutrients. For example, iodized salt. What is iodized salt? To add more nutrients to the salt, we add iodine. That is one way of food fortification. So the government, through food fortification, price stabilization fund, midday meal scheme, ICDS, National Food Security Act, right? They are trying to ensure that food security in a comprehensive manner. Right? So this is the answer. Give a brief introduction. Explain what is food security, how it is multidimensional, and the efforts taken by the government. Efforts is not directly asked, but we have to mention here at least briefly because the question is about discuss. Right? The question is about discuss. Food security is a multidimensional concept that goes beyond mere availability of food. It's not just availability of food, affordability of food, accessibility of food, consistency in that food, nutritious food. All those are multidimensional. And mention how government is ensuring it. Then you conclude that yes, these kind of comprehensive approaches to ensure food security, nutritional security for all people on a consistent basis. You can give a simple conclusion, right? So yes, Harshini, so you have explained what is food security in the introduction. That is good. Either we can introduce with the definition of the topic which is being asked in the question, or we can introduce with a current situation or a current fact. Anything is fine. So this question is about explaining how food security is a multidimensional concept. Right? It goes beyond mere availability of food. Here you have explained about the need for food security, which is not required. If it is a 15-marker question, maybe we can start explaining about the need, challenges, etc. But it's a 10-marker question. It is a 10-marker question. We can write only 150 words. So we have to explain what is food security, explain how it is a multidimensional concept, and then you can explain about the efforts taken by the government to ensure that all the aspects are addressed. Okay, then we can conclude. So this need part is not required. Then you went for explaining it is multidimensional. It is available, accessible, affordable. All those are fine. Then you have explained about the various initiatives taken by the government to ensure the availability of that multidimension. That is also fine. But here you can give it as pointers. You can give a subheading, right? Measures taken by the government to ensure its multidimensional aspect. You can highlight 1, 2, 3, 4. Then finally you can give a conclusion. Right? So yes, your answer is fine. This need part is not required. This you could have given a subheading and you could have given points. And I'm telling you, when you are giving subheading, you just mention it as when you mention the points. You give subheading. When you mention the points, you please give it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that the evaluator, just imagine here you have given 3 points. Now here you would have given another 4, 5 points. So the evaluator, while giving the marks, will get an impression that okay, this person has written 8 points and has written in a proper framework. So we will award more marks. Okay, always explicitly mention the number of points which you write in the answer. Right? So Harshini, yes, your answer is fine, but it could have been better. But unfortunately, in this question, most of you have not addressed the demand of the question. You have deviated. So I was forced to choose the best among the given answers. Okay, Harshini, yes, you have written well. The need part could have been reduced, but you are the only one who have addressed the demand of the question. Okay, the next one is Jawahar. Jawahar, yes, introduction is fine. You have introduced with a fact. Then you are saying it is multifaceted. Then you have given the multiple dimensions. Remember, this multiple dimension is the question. But you have devoted just a quarter page for addressing this multiple dimensions. Right? So your answer comes to an end here. Then next page you are highlighting about the checks on food security, then the current framework for food security. The question is not asking you to explain all these aspects. Again, it's a 10-marker question. Right? This checks on food security is not required. Okay, this part is fine. What government does to ensure that, right? That is fine. NFSA, PDS, buffer, this is fine. But this part is not required. You should have expanded the dimension part. This part has to be expanded properly. This part is not required. This is fine, right? So in way forward, you have mentioned what the government has to do. This is also fine. But in the way forward, it could have been a paragraph style so that it appears to be more conclusive, right? So it is fine, but if we can conclude with a paragraph style, it would look even more greater, right? It will look even more better. Because it's a 10-marker question. You cannot see, if you count the number of words which you have written, it will exceed 150 words. If you are going to write this much, then definitely you cannot finish all the 20 questions in the exam. Right. Shiva, okay. So food security is a multidimensional concept, which means everyone has affordability, accessibility without any barrier. That is the introduction. Fine, it could have been little better, but it's okay. Because you have not explained what is food security, or you have not introduced with a fact, but still it is okay, fine. Right, you are saying that food security will meet its purpose only when everyone is having an access without any barrier. It is multifaceted. Yes. Again, what is the problem with you? The question is about multi-dimension. You have devoted only 20% of the available space for addressing this. This has to be expanded. You could have given in points. This could have been expanded, right? Then you are coming up with a fact. It's okay, but again you went for challenges. The question is not asking you to explain about challenges. You have to explain. See, look at the question. The question says food security is a multi-dimensional concept. Explain what is food security. Explain how it is multi-dimensional concept. Explain that multiple dimensions. Then you can go with what are the efforts taken by the government to address that. The question is not about the challenges available for food security. If it's 15-marker question, maybe we can consider this. But it's a 10-marker question. Okay. The challenges what you have written is fine, but still that is not the exact demand of the question. But okay. Your conclusion is fine. These challenges has to be viewed seriously. With proper technology, India can live up in the global hunger index. Again, the question is about food security. You are concluding with global hunger index. So this is an average answer. Okay. So question for today. Indian Space Policy 2023 is described as a futuristic one. Okay. In this context, highlight the important features of space policy and outline the roles and responsibilities allocated to different entities. That's all. Again, a simple question. If you have some idea about Indian space policy, you can easily manage this topic. Alright. I hope the video was useful. I hope the discussion was useful. I will stop here. So I will meet you tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care.